Okay, so they're talking about two things on this slide. Okay, graphs of functions and transformations. So first of all, they're talking about an absolute value function, a quadratic function, and then a root function. Okay, remember we talked earlier, quadratics are ax squared plus bx plus c. The simplest form is just if you have the x squared. That's all you need for a quadratic function. Okay, so let's have a quick look at those. So let's look at what these look like first, right? Let's look at the shapes of these graphs, and then we'll talk about what transformations are, okay? So if I do this very quickly, what you're going to notice is a graph that has an absolute value will look something like this, okay? Something like that. It'll have well, it's not really a vertex, because a vertex is in a quadratic formula, but it comes to a point where it bounces, basically. Okay? A graph that's a quadratic, okay, that's your parabola, that's your most basic parabola there. Okay? It's that U shape, we call it a parabola. And then this one here, which is a square root function, right, it starts here, and it goes like this and continues. These will all continue. Okay, they'll all continue. The difference with the root function is it will start here, okay? It does not continue in both directions because you can't get into the negative, okay? So this one will reflect or bounce, but it goes in both directions forever. The parabola will come in, it's that U shape, and this starts at the origin, unless there's a transformation, starts at the origin and goes out that way, okay? So that's the shapes of graphs. Now what are transformations? Oh, we got some beeping going on, okay? But I think we'll take care of that. What are transformations? So transformations is where you add something that moves the graph from the basic graph, right? So we're going to talk about three kinds. Okay? We're going to talk about vertical shifts, horizontal shifts, and reflection. So the next group of slides, that's what we're going to talk about. Vertical shifts, that's when a graph is shifted up and down without the shape changing. So it's the exact same shape, but it's shifted up or down, okay? So it's not stretched wider or made narrower or anything like that. A horizontal shift is where the graph is shifted left and right. We looked at that last slide. It's the exact same shape, but the graph is shifted left or right. A reflection is when the graph is shifted or flipped, basically, upside down. Okay? So a simple reflection would be something like this. If we look at the parabola, okay, there's the graph, the parabola. If it was shifted upside down, or sorry, reflected, not shifted. If it was reflected upside down, it would be the exact same shape, but it would be reflected to the other direction. So vertical shift, horizontal shift, and reflections are three types of transformations that we're going to look at in the upcoming slides.